All right, and thank you for tuning in to Milwaukee Entertainment News. I'm your host, DJ Bro. I am here with Michelle McCarthy, aka Shelly Mack, from
Hey,
Shelly Mack and the Reunion. How are you doing this morning?
I am good. How are you?
I'm still alive and breathing. It is awesome having you on here because I've actually seen of your band for the last few years and been kind of wondering when I would have a chance to at least be able to get out to
Aw,
see you or something. I think I
no,
did see you at like Summerfest or something this past year. Or, no, State Fair.
stay fair.
Yeah, State Fair. I did see you guys there. So
Well, thanks for supporting us,
yeah.
supporting the scene for sure. This is an honor. Thank you.
Oh man, it's great just having people willing to come on. Let's start with the basics. What age did you get into music? What made you start?
Oh my gosh, I think it was like at conception. So I come from a really musically background family. I'm fourth generation musicians. So yeah, for me, it came natural. My dad played in bands. My uncles, my grandfather before him. So yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You grow up in it, and when it's always around you. So my whole thing, like when I was growing up, like, well, you want to be a doctor? You want to be a nurse? Do you want to? No, I don't want to be that. I want to be a musician. I want to be like my dad.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I was until my dad put me to shame on the bass one time, and I was all like, I was doing an Iron Maiden, and I was all like, yeah, this sounds like it, but it doesn't sound as full. How do you get it to sound as full? He
Right.
starts doing these weird chords and everything on it, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
um, what did your family play? Like, were you guys all vocalists or?
No. Well, yeah. My dad, he's a keyboard player. He's old now, but he every once in a while, when he comes to visit, he gets on my keys and he's like, um, so my uncle Pat played trumpet, keyboards, B3. That was their big thing. Um, Harmonica. My grandfather, he played guitar and he sang. They all sang. My mom played accordion. She wasn't.
Harmonicas, accordions. What you guys
Yeah,
do?
it wasn't
Polka?
that. Yeah, well, we're Polish. Okay,
Okay.
get this. I have an Irish last name, but I'm like 5% Irish. The rest is Polish. So that you came up in that. But yeah, it's we've been very musical. I mean, there's music always in the house. At any time, Dad would sit down and he'd play piano, and just by him doing that, I would sit next to him, and I would just like be mesmerized by the keys. And then he'd say, "Okay, I want you to learn harmony. You're going to sing the high harmony," and he'd do the lead. That's how I learned harmonies. Plus, he was big into old R&B, the whole Motown sound, and so I learned harmonies there too. Huge R&B fan, huge old school R&B fan. Otis Redding is my favorite.
Otis Redding.
Oh hell yeah,
You
hell yeah!
you been to the R&B museum in St. Louis?
I have not. I have not.
It's not as big as you think it'd be, but they do have everything you would think they would.
Right, right,
Like it was actually pretty cool. Like I ended up just down there on a whim, just like, oh hey, I got a little free time. Let's go see
right.
what's around for music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, anything off Atlantic or a Stax record, that's absolutely that's me. I mean, we just that's what we grew up because that's what my dad played in. My uncle too. They played in rock bands, but that was like the big thing was like R&B, and it was so ingrained in me. It's just that's what happened. Here I am.
Right. How many years has Shelly Mack and the Reunion been around?
6.
6 years.
Yeah, it'll. Well, let me think. Yeah, it'll be 6 years in June. So actually 5.5 technically. Who gives halves? Round it up to the next. Yeah.
Right. It's like those people that celebrate like month anniversaries.
Right.
Like it's not an anniversary; it's like a month anniversary. But I mean,
Right.
okay.
Exactly.
What do you do outside of music?
Let's say I own my own cleaning company. I clean homes. So that's what I do. But I love just to if I could get rid of that because I'm not getting any younger. Let's just put it that way. And I would love to do an acoustic, which I do acoustic. I do that, but I would love to do that full time alongside of my project. So that's in the works. That's definitely in the works.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
What's So Otis Redding is your favorite R&B,
Uh-huh.
but what kind of music is Shelly Mack and in the reunion and
Classic rock. Classic rock. So
classic
we
rock?
do, yeah, we do everything from, well, I guess late 60s to 90s.
I want to say I picture you more as a Joan Jett than anything else.
Joan Jett, I get Pink, I get Janis Joplin, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, at one time, somebody had wrote about, you know, what does she sound like? And they said I was the love child of Robert Plant and Janis Joplin. Those are big shoes to fill, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you had people helping you fill them,
Yeah.
from conception. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I can just picture you in the womb talking about some. You gonna be
But I do
something.
have a story about that. I have a story. So the day that Janis Joplin died is October 4th, is my birthday. That's kind of, yeah,
Shit.
right, right.
Shit.
Yeah.
You should
So,
probably start like looking up like her favorite foods and stuff like that. Start trying to like see how much you really have in common with her.
well, I don't party as much as she did. That's for damn sure. But yeah, yeah,
Well, she probably learned her lesson.
yeah, yeah, yep,
She went, all right, I ain't doing that again.
exactly,
like I'll do it again, but not like that.
exactly. You're killing me.
The cleaning company, like, why wouldn't you just move on up with that? Just hire some people to do that for you,
Yeah,
and you
I
just sit at
could,
the
but you
top.
know what? I want out of it. I've been doing it most of my life. I went to school for dental assisting. Okay, so I did that, but I made more running a business than cleaning teeth. So, yeah,
So I
yeah,
keep trying to tell people. So like, it's not that hard. You want to have your own makeup line?
yeah,
Order some makeup from China. Make up a logo. Slap your sticker on there. Get a website. Sell it. You got
yeah.
your own makeup line.
Right,
It's not that hard to do a business.
right.
Like,
I know. It's the right people at the right time and referrals. Because I've never had to advertise for my business. I had one referral and it just grew from there.
damn, that's a good
Yeah.
referral.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Because there are people out here that for a long time when they start their business, they're doing things like I know for Lowtone Entertainment, everything from DJing to stage setup to everything like that.
Right.
Most of the shows I did my first year and some of the shows I did my second year were all free. Like
Yeah.
like like if it was a new of its kind, like if it's like my first farmers market or my first rock show, like
Right.
those I did for free because I don't know if I can do it yet.
Right.
After
Right.
that, now it's like, okay, cool. But I mean, like, yeah, a lot of my shows were free just so I can get the videos and the pictures of like, yep, see how
Right.
this is and use that for promotion.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
awesome. You were able to just, no
I was
advertisement,
lucky.
no nothing, just hit the ground going.
It was all by mouth, all word of mouth. You know, oh yeah, so and so she's got a clean company and just grew from there. So, yep.
Everybody's looking for a cleaner.
I know.
Like, what's
I
the
know.
what's the most disturbing house you went to?
Oh God.
Ooh.
I used to live in Chicago, so I cleaned for a realtor who would manage a lot of rental properties. It took me 2 days on this one place. It was a townhome. It was a black bathtub, and it took 2 days to get that off, and still it was never going to be white. I don't know what they were doing in there. It was like someone painted it, and it wouldn't come because it was a fiberglass tub, so it wouldn't come out
Who would-
even with bleach. And that I let it. That was a 2 day job. 2 day job. It just didn't come out. So I don't know what they did with it. It wasn't my. I did what I could. You know.
I mean, low key, I'm sitting here with this like most confused look on my face because I'm like, who on their right mind would ever paint a bathtub?
I don't know.
Until
I
I
don't know.
started thinking, what if you were really trying to do a really cool photo shoot?
Oh yeah.
And that's
In
what
a
it would
rental
have called for.
property, you're not going to get your deposit back. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Yeah. They have studios for that. You can go rent
Yeah.
one.
Right.
They got a bunch of cubicles in there with different backgrounds and different
Right.
themes.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, go do your weird Maud from Big Lebowski paintings in there. I like how you caught that reference. You know exactly what painting I'm talking about.
Yep.
She comes flying over on the thing, just smacking stuff together. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What's your favorite music to do?
R&B, old school R&B. I love them harmonies. You know, like I'll just, if I got nothing to do, which I always have something to do, but if I get like some downtime, I'll go on YouTube and I'll go, type in Four Tops, The Temps, Stevie Wonder, Glass Night and the Pips. That's just, people are like, oh, how do you play in a rock band and you listen to this stuff? Because it's like stale, it's moldy, oldie. I dig it. It's just me. That's what I do. It's just part of me because it's ingrained in me.
Low key, I've noticed that with using your voice with more fluctuations and more range, like some of that older music does, even in rock with like Steve Perry to Steelheart, like if you're used to singing that,
Yeah.
then singing stuff like Rat is going to be extremely easy.
Yeah.
Just because you're used to doing all of this, and
Right.
now you just kind of got to stay right here.
Right.
So, I mean, that's probably one of the things that aided to why you're able to just get into here with just such ease, because you're used to going, man, I'm used to having to work so damn hard.
Yeah. Well, as you get older too, your vocals start to change. So I have to do vocal warm-ups daily. Even if I'm not singing, and I practice every day, but even if I'm not singing that day, I still do it just to keep it nice. It's like going to the gym and you want to work out. It's like a muscle and you have to keep it warmed up. It has to remain flexible. Otherwise, I won't be able to hit those high notes. They just, yeah.
And if you do, it'll tear your voice up, and I won't be able to speak tomorrow.
Right. And that's the other thing too. I've seen a few vocalists that sing from their throat instead of the diaphragm. When you sing, it should be pushed out of your diaphragm over your vocal cords. That way there's no damage. But I see so many people throaty. They'll sing throaty, you can hear it, and they're struggling. By the end of the night, they've lost their voice.
Yeah.
That's not how it's done. You have to. I think it's a mental thing that you have to push it out, because I know, like, what song we do? Dream On. We covered Dream On by Aerosmith, and that one at the end who goes you're holding your note and you're fluctuating between right.
Right.
You have to push from the diaphragm. There's no way you could do it from a throat perspective. There's just no way. I mean, maybe you could, but you'd be done in 3 songs and then your voice is trashed. Pretty much.
In DCI, I learned a lot about what that diaphragm stuff versus, it's like control from here, because the higher notes take more wind, lower notes will take more wind,
Right.
So it's like you're not controlling with here. This isn't a regulator, what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that is all depending on how much air you're pushing through.
Right.
So like, yeah, that's a good tidbit right there for
Yeah.
a lot of vocalists out there. Like, yo, stop trashing your throat and start using that 2-liter gut in there.
I don't know how some of them singers can do gutturals, like screamo or sometimes I fuck around and I'll say System, do System of a Down and go wah.
But that's
But coming from me,
that's Disturbed though.
Oh yeah, Disturbed. I'm sorry, not System of a Down. I'm sorry, Disturbed. Right, but for me to do that, people are like, "What the hell? Where did that come from?" and still they can sing. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a big question to me too. Like when I want to go do like some actual singing, I have to stop these and really regulate these like a week before I go out and do anything. Otherwise, I'm gonna screw myself up.
Yeah.
But if I'm actually going for that harder, then this is no problem.
Yeah.
I think it's got something with the buildup in there, kind of helps with it, to where it's like you're not trashing your voice, you're just bubbling all the tar that's been building up in there.
Yeah, I've never been a smoker. I don't smoke. I'm asthmatic, so there's just no way I could smoke. Yeah.
You've seen asthmatics smoke. It's one of the most contradicting things ever.
Yeah.
What kind of like the home life? What kind of pets you got? Like.
Oh, you're gonna love this. We have 3 cats. We started with 2. My daughter came to live with us, so she brought her cat. And we have chickens.
Chickens.
We have 8 chickens. Yes.
Chickens.
Yes. Fresh eggs every day, baby.
Now, with those fresh eggs, like I haven't had them yet. Is it like completely different than the store? Like,
Well, okay. It depends on the chicken. Now, every chicken will lay a different color egg. Now you see, like organic eggs are usually brown, right? So, sorry. Usually they're like certain chickens are brown, some are light brown, some are called Easter eggers, and they're like a green or like a light pink, right? There's still an egg. It's just a different breed of chicken has a different colored egg.
yeah, you don't find that in the grocery store. You either find brown or white.
Right, right.
So it's like, wow, that really makes you think. How do they get them like that?
Yeah. Well, they're not dyeing them. It just come out like that
Oh
because
no.
it's the breed, it's just a certain breed of eggs. I think duck eggs are green too. I'm not sure. I don't have ducks, but I think that some of them, it depends on the breed.
Why would you have your eggs looking like a deformed bowel movement? I mean, green eggs, like in the shell. I mean, if I'm walking down the street at first glance, I'm like, that's a weird looking. Wait, is that an
Yeah.
egg?
But because they're only like I've gone in there to grab eggs out of the coop, right? And they're so fresh, they're still warm in my hand. You wash them up, throw them in the pan. They're the fluffiest eggs you've ever had.
Man, you ever chasing little things?
No, they're in a run. A run is like it's like their cage, so they can't. I can catch them if I let them loose. Well, we're out. We're kind of out, so it's if I let them run loose, there'd be all kinds of critters eating them up. So like hawks or coyotes or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a friend. He's got a little farm place just outside of Hartford, and he got a bunch of ducks to just kind of roam the yard and take care of the grass and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he would notice he'd wake up and like one or two will be missing,
Yep.
and it would just continue down to where there was none left. And it's like,
Right.
yep, all your ducks are gone.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be real careful. That's why I keep them all enclosed. That way I know where, I do a head count because sometimes something can at any time a critter can get in there and kill them. So you got to lock it down. It's on lockdown.
What made you want to do chickens?
My dad has chickens. Yeah.
Is it like therapeutic or something to
It
have
is.
chickens? It's
For me, it is. Like if I have a really rough day, I'll go out there and I have like a little bench and I'll just sit there and they come right up to you. Like they're little dogs. They come right up to you and they'll look at you. Bark, bark, bark.
it's
It's
my
just I can't
emotional
wait
support chicken.
Yeah, right. But you can't take that in a store or a restaurant.
If you get the little vest and the paperwork for it, sure.
No.
That I'd want to see.
I saw something on, I think it was on Facebook, and they had one of these reels. Somebody put a leash on a chicken and was walking it down the street. I'm like, no, that shit ain't gonna happen here. No. Uh,
You play with any other animals over there?
just the cats, just the cats.
Cats play with the chickens?
No, they're not allowed there. Cats. No,
Rightfully
those chickens.
so.
No, yeah, they would probably peck the cats. So no.
Oh, I
Mm-mm.
thought the other way around.
Yeah.
You're like, no, them
Hey,
chickens are ruthless.
yeah, they are.
That was, you seen Trailer Park Boys?
I have.
Bubbles
Yes.
with the chicken. They pecked me unmercifully. That's all I can think about.
I love Trailer Park Boys. I love that show.
Who's your,
Oh,
who's your favorite character on it?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a favorite line or two from him?
Oh my
There's
God.
so many.
Oh,
Is like I just gotta like let them come to mind.
I can't think of anything right off the cuff right now. I can't. When I'm down, I'll just put on season 1 of Trailer Park Boys because that was the best one.
You don't like it when Snoop Dogg came in?
No,
That was hilarious. He brought Tom Arnold with him and shit.
oh, I'm telling you, that show. It just makes me smile. It just makes me smile, and like I said, when I'm down, I just put it on.
Especially when Tom Arnold went over to Randy and was like, "Oh my God, look! It's the Guttomotomus in his natural flabitat." I lost it. I had to pause the show. I was like, "Wait a minute."
Randy.
Gutpotamus flabitat. Oh my god, I'm using that.
Or the time when what's that? What is his name? Oh, I can't think of his name. The rapper on there. What is the white
J
boy
Rock.
rapper? Yeah, yeah,
J
that's
Rock,
that.
baby.
They got caught doing a porn
Yeah.
in the
His mom's outside. Jamie. Yeah.
yeah. J Rock. Oh my God, that's probably the next one after Bubbles. Yes, great show. Great show. Good comedy.
Right. What other shows you got?
What else? I really, you know what? To be honest, I don't watch a lot of TV because I go to work, I come home, I eat, and I come down here and I work on music. That's all, pretty much what I do.
The chickens are just jealous as hell over
Yeah.
there.
They see me twice a day. I let them in, I let them out, I put them back in. They see me twice a day, if not more. I get some scraps in the kitchen, throw them in there. You just see them go at a worm. You throw a worm in there, oh my God. It's like bitches are like trying to grab pantyhose or something. They're just and it's going. Seriously.
Oh man, just like a zoom in on the worm as it's getting pulled in like four different
Exactly.
directions.
It
You
looks like a pantyhose, women's pantyhose, and they're pulling. Like they're all trying to grab it at once.
man, that is crazy.
They'll tear up a snake too. They will tear it up. I'm not shitting you.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't want chickens no more. They sound vicious as hell. Bubbles don't like them. Like all these other animals are getting murdered by them. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
man,
Nature. It's just a cycle. It's just, life cycle. It's nature.
that's a
Let it go.
wild cycle.
It is. It is.
Like yeah, you gotta sit back and just observe nature every now and then, and
Every day for me.
yeah, it's why a lot of the older empires, their kings would have massive gardens.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't so much to look pretty or anything, but it was to stage an environment for other wild animals to come in
Yeah.
and kick it.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of it was for the king to sit back and observe nature in its most natural form.
Right.
You can really tell a lot about people's nature because we're animals as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell under certain situations, these rats will do this or these birds will do that, and you start to
Mm-hmm.
kind of see of your people and you can kind
Right.
of help relate to it,
Sure. Yep.
and so like when people go bird watching and everything, it's kind of like, yeah, that's stupid, but it's kind of not at the same time.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you get to observe, a whole other species in
Right.
their day of life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we know what we do, go to work, come home. But it's like, but what do they do? They don't go to work. What
No.
is their work?
Well, they do. In the springtime, they got to build nests, right? They're procreating, making babies for the next generation.
Yeah. I befriended a squirrel once. And
What's his name? Rocky?
no, his name was Jerry. And I put up a little feeder because, like, I was sitting there and I was thinking every day as I'm watching this guy go back and forth because, like, he lived in this area, but across the fence and through another yard or two, there was a tree that dropped, some acorns that he'd take and he'd bring them
Mm-hmm.
back. And
Right.
this guy would work hard. This guy
Yeah.
worked hard as hell. And it's
Yeah.
like, I was like, man, you know what? Hold on a second. So I put a feeder up right on the fence. And so he became like the most like happiest dude. I'm like, now you have time. So now I started seeing what he would do in his time now that he doesn't
Right.
have to worry about food.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
his time was he found a chick, had a little squirrel family,
Had a side chick.
and he defended the hell out of that place too. Like he built his nest
Yeah.
like nearby it, and just so he can keep an eye on the food source. And anytime another squirrel came near it, I've seen him whip other squirrels out of the tree.
Ooh.
He'd chase them up, get to the top, grab them, throw them off, and you just see a squirrel fly and hit the ground. It's like, whoa! Jerry's up there staring at him. Like, damn, Jerry, you a thug.
What was he doing? What was he doing with the missus up there in that nest?
Man, like, those squirrels were awesome.
Yeah.
He actually had a friend too. He had a friend he let come in, but all the other squirrels, like it was cool that you could actually see,
Sure.
that yeah, they have friends, they have enemies, they
Yeah.
have lives just like
Right.
us, and it's like holy fuck, dude.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like it makes it even sadder when you see roadkill.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
damn, you
Yeah.
were just
So
running to go grab smokes, weren't you?
bad.
Damn. What do you think of that? The aliens and everything. Have you seen those Starlink satellites going up and everything? And it freak
Yeah,
you
I
out?
don't know. You know what? To be honest, I believe there's other life out there. I do. Um, I have never seen like up close and personal with a alien spaceship or whatever, but I believe, yeah, I think the government's been keeping a secret for too long. Now there's some kind of report out there that they're saying there is UFOs.
Oh yeah, they declassified
Mhm.
all of their stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and they tell
right.
you how there's an area where they all work together, and there's
Hmm.
7 levels on this in this work area, and the farther you go down, the more and more aliens you see, and the more top secret the experiments
Oh,
get.
yeah. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, and it's like, damn,
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
I'm just sitting over here waiting for them to come around because I want to know if they're cool or not. Like, y'all gonna
Or
let me?
you're gonna be part of you'll be part of their experiment.
I mean, I'll experiment because I'm trying to see what it's like clapping some alien cheeks a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
like,
yay.
like I want to give the old greenback a little swip swap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I want to see what's happening. Like, and
Yep.
then reproduction. Like, what is that gonna look like?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. Well, will they be able to reproduce with humans? That's a question.
Star
Do they
Trek.
have do they have the equipment to reproduce with humans?
Star Trek. The remakes.
Hmm.
Captain Kirk was messing around with those different things. So it's like, I mean, they gotta be
Okay.
something at least.
Yeah.
At least somewhere to hide it for a little bit, like, but I don't know how it feels if it's got like teeth in there trying to like eat it or something,
Yeah.
that'd be, or if it's shaped different, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'll be one of those things that's weird. So what other bands have you been in, long term bands besides Shelly and Mac and the Reunion?
This one's the probably the longest that I've been in a band. Be, I would say before this one was probably what, 4 years. And those were Chicago bands. I was down in Chicago. My husband's from Chicago. So we met up in Crivets at his brother's wedding, go figure. And then we dated for 2 years. He was driving every weekend from Chicago to I was living north of Green Bay at the time.
Damn,
Yeah, that's a long 4 hours and 20 minutes.
that's dedication.
Wow. Yeah.
Right.
I said he
Says
could get
something
any,
about me.
right. He could get all the telly he wanted down there, but I guess he chose to come up.
He needed that Shelly Mac.
He did. So I decided to move down there. We were dated for 2 years. He asked me to marry him, and my youngest was going off to college. And so what do you guys think? And they were all cool with it. So I moved down there. His were still younger than mine. Mine are a little bit older. I lived there for 8 years, and then we moved back in 2017. So here we are. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there a couple of, let me think, 5 bands in Chicago. The shortest stint we had was maybe a year, and the other one, the longest there was 4 years. Most bands don't last much, more than a year. Most, I shouldn't say all, but I shouldn't say most, but a lot of bands don't. At least the ones I've been in. There's always some kind of conflict. Oh, I don't want to do this. I quit. My old lady doesn't want to play with she doesn't want me playing in a band with a girl. I get a lot of that. Trust me.
What?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, that's not my problem. That's on them. And if you got to quit because your old lady won't let you play with, this is a business. The band's a business. I run it like a business. It's a business. I got my own man. I don't need yours. And I'm sorry, I don't think he's that attractive. But needless to say, I get, that happens. They just don't. No, my old lady doesn't want to play me playing in a band with a chicken, in it. All right, move on.
Right. There's like, hey, that's the stuff that's gonna hold you back.
Well,
Like
well, yeah, and where are they now? Who knows? I don't know where they are. but I'm sure they're with their old lady.
You just get a kick out of that with your old lady.
Yeah, I don't understand that one either. I know guys like to talk their shit. Oh, my old lady. I'm not your old lady.
Right.
Do not talk to me like that. And my husband's never said that. He's never. And I think he knows, there's mutual respect both ways here. So, yeah.
Well, because you ain't no old lady. I mean, like, normally I ask people's age, but I ain't even gonna ask yours because it's
Okay.
like it's completely irrelevant. Because it's like you can say 60, that doesn't change the fact that you look and act like 35.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
Right. As long as I can do it, I'm gonna keep doing it. This
Yeah.
music thing, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'll keep doing it and then when I can't sing anymore in a rock band or any kind, then I'm gonna go and sing the hell out of myself over there in a choir. Get up in the church and start. Maybe I'll be the choir director. I don't know.
Yeah. There's
That'd be fun.
there's a lot of different choirs and different kind of stuff that you could do on the side from that.
Right.
That would love to have somebody with many years of experience,
Yeah.
doing things.
Right.
When I was in DC, I did the same thing. There was a lot of age outs that still continued in music that they end up coming back just to be an instructor.
Yeah. Right.
This is definitely one of those businesses where it's like I don't care about your degree. How
Right.
much real life experience do you have in this?
Yes.
You
And
know?
I think that trumps any kind of degree in music. I mean, I wish I would have been able to go to college for music to learn theory. Because on piano, I play by ear. I can't read music. So I can read, I know if somebody says, okay, it's in A sharp, I know where it is on the keyboard, but I cannot read it. And that kind of sucks. Now, go back to, people say go back to, get lessons or whatever. But I don't know if I want that because they're probably going to make me play Mary Had a Little Lamb. And I don't want to do that. I want to just tell me, play the song. I'll pick it up and I'll know what key it's in because I know where, what key it's in on the piano. I just can't read it. On my keyboard, if they want to drop tune, I just hit transpose instantly. Yeah.
Man, keyboards are cool.
I know. Well, now they are. Years ago, you just had to tune up to whatever the band was. I mean, years ago. What key are you playing? And then you'd find it, and then you tune your piano to whatever the band's instruments were, what key they were playing in.
Yeah, speaking of changing keys, like on the instruments, you can just do a little twick twack and you're done.
Yeah.
With vocals, though, when you're going from a band that sings in this key versus a band that sings in that key, do you try to keep all of your songs like, okay, this is in this key, and then these are in this key, or do you just go wherever?
Yeah. So most of the songs that we cover are in standard tuning. Okay. There's a few songs that are a half step down, and I usually can hit that. But when you do like stuff in drop D and all that, it's a little rough on me. So I just wherever the band's playing, and if I can do it, I have a pretty decent range, so I can usually sing it in whatever key they're playing in, or tuning, I should say, whatever tuning they're playing, except for that drop D stuff. No.
If the opportunity arises, and I had offers from like 5-6 different bands, and Skillet was one of them, screw the other ones. I'm going to you guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's one of those bands for you? If you had offers from a bunch of them.
Well, they're all dead now, but my favorite is Zeppelin. Robert Plant's super soulful, and I seen a cover. I just saw it this morning. I can't think of the title. Fuck. Well, whatever. It was this guy. He covered it so well. He sounded so much like Plant. Didn't look nothing like Plant, but he sounded so much like him. But there's that he's just got that. You can feel it in here. Like when I'm performing in front of an audience. Yeah. And that brings me to another topic, but I'm going to put that to the side. When I'm singing in front of an audience, I want them to feel what I feel when I'm performing that song. And I wanted to go and feel what I'm feeling. And people have come up to me and said, yeah, I felt you hit a certain note, or you looked at me when you sang and chills went on, got up in the back of my neck or whatever. that's what we're, trying to accomplish. We want you to feel what we feel when we're performing, and then some,
Right.
you know. But then it goes like, here's the other my side thing that I said I'm bringing in tablets. I don't know how you feel about tablets with lyrics. Acoustic is different, but I see so many front people with a tablet up in front on stage. My opinion, this is my opinion. So everybody, the listeners and those people that are watching me, oh yeah, I need my tablet. You can keep your tablet, keep it. But you're taking away from your audience because you're too busy doing this for the next, you're a paid professional. Memorize your lyrics, memorize your parts in the song, and then everything flows from there. You don't have to go doing that all the time because you're taking away now from the show. People come to see you perform, songs that they like, a whole show. You take away from it when you're doing this. I've seen people, I've seen performers have a teleprompter on the floor, and I know they're reading it because they're doing, or
Right.
I see them looking, and they're paging through. What are you doing? You're
Yeah.
paid. This isn't karaoke. You're a paid professional. Learn your parts. And so many people I know I'm going to get shit for this. I know it because, oh no, well, I can't remember 200 songs. Well, then I guess you should practice more. If it's your passion, and which this music is my passion, I practice 2 hours a day. I want to be the best that I can possibly be. And I keep moving my personal bar up, up, up. And I don't know if I'll ever get to that bar, I'm just, you have to practice. If you're a professional, give them your 110% of what you're putting out there, because in the end, it's a product. Okay. The band is a business and your product is your music and your performance. And if you're doing this, you're not interacting with the crowd. Make love to that person. This is what I do. I'll find somebody, I'll eyeball in the crowd. Oh, there. That he's got a beat on me. I'm gonna make love to him through my music. And he'll come, 9 times out of 10, he'll come, that was a great performance. You gave me chills, blah, blah, blah. Because I pecked him, I pecked him out. Yeah, I pecked him out.
Yep.
I picked him out of the crowd, or her. Sometimes I'll get her too. And it makes them feel special. They want to if they're paying a cover, that's even more important. Okay, they're coming to see you. They're paying a cover to see you perform, not do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or, to me, that's cheating. Now, I'm sure I'm sure somebody's going to comment on this. Oh, that's not cheating, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's your opinion. It's my opinion.
I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I really do, especially when the whole band has little things there for them. And it's like you're literally putting a piece of electronic distraction between you and the audience.
Right.
They can't even see you. And they came here to see you. And they came to see you practice. This isn't a live practice. This goes back to something I told somebody before, that practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. How you practice is how you perform. So if you practice with your face in the book, guess how you're performing?
Right.
So you need to, at practice, stop using the teleprompter. At practice, stop looking at your notes. Otherwise, once you get to the show, you're going to be like, where's my notes? I need my notes. So
I've seen that happen. Mm-hmm. I've seen that happen where the tablet must have took a shit and the guy didn't know. He didn't know his song, his lyrics. And he's like,
oh, no.
It happens, but that you're using it as a crutch. Mm-hmm. That's not good. I mean, listen, I'm not going to, I could sit there and say, well, shame on you, shame on you. No, if you want to use it, that's your prerogative. That's cool. But for me, I'm going to give you a show. If people are coming to they're paying $10 to come see you, you better give them one goddamn good show.
Right.
Not a karaoke show.
Right.
That's pretty much what you're doing then. You're just reading off a teleprompter at karaoke. No. That's just my opinion, people. Don't get pissed off at me.
Nah, because those are the same people. Because there's also the people that I'm one of them where I'll go down to karaoke just to rock the shit out of it. You
Right.
know, like I mean, because I know my words. I know I have a stage presence. I know I'm
Right.
gonna get this place riled up.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
like, I mean, I'll go there just to get it cracking, just cause.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and people are like, how do you just not? How do you just know all the words to this and not look at the prompter? It's like,
Right. Practice.
because you don't go to a restaurant not knowing how to eat, do you?
Right. Right.
You
Right.
know, like,
It should come natural. It should just flow right out of you. And I'll be honest. There's been times where I forgot. I forgot the lyric. So second verse, same as the first, like Herman's Hermits, right? That's part. Okay. That's what I do. I'll just repeat the first verse. I'm sure somebody will say, "Did you forget a lyric? Did you forget a verse?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm human." But I don't use. I just don't want to. I guess I'm old school. I was brought up old school. That's the way it is. You learned your parts. You learn them, memorize them, and then you can just make love to that crowd. I can be more freer to it just comes. Here's the thing. I don't know. It just comes when I'm performing. It just naturally comes out, and I don't have to worry about, oh, what's the next verse, what's the next line, blah blah. I don't have to because I know my stuff, and there's that confidence. You know your material, so you're gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna make love to you.
right. I have time to think about this because if I'm not thinking about this,
Right,
honestly, I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat after this. I'm going to
right,
wonder if I turn my iron off. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, I mean, I'm thinking about so many other things right now besides
right,
this because it's so drilled into my head.
right.
I don't need to think about it, so I have time now to see
Yeah,
what's going on and play with people.
right,
You know,
right.
what was the best show you've done? The best crowd reaction?
I was at the Arcada Theater in St. Charles, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. It's a historic theater, and I opened for Michael McDonald. And so after the show, he had a huge choir, a soulful choir. Right, the choir director comes up to me, and she says, "Girl, I was listening to you singing back there. I thought you were black." And I'm like, "Hey, I did my job." I was like, I'm so honored. And Michael McDonald's a quiet guy. He's a small guy. He's not a real big guy. He's small in stature. But it's oh yeah, there. See, can you see that?
Yeah, he's the same height as
Yeah,
you.
yeah. He's super nice, super cool, laid back. Yeah, that was probably one of my most memorable shows I've had. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool. And there was like 1,800 people. It was a full packed house.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feed off of those big
Yeah,
crowds.
me too. Oh yeah.
It's like,
Me
ooh,
too.
it's
Yeah.
ooh yeah. There's a big crowd out there. We're gonna
Yeah.
get it going. It's
I
gonna
know.
go
And the
nuts.
adrenaline, I can, this sounds weird, but I can taste music. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Well, if you hear a song and it's so good, I can taste the notes. Like I'll start to, this is going to sound weird. I start to salivate on these
I was
notes.
about to say salivating.
Okay. So you feel me. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah, you know, and um, what's your favorite technique between the two? Trying to get as close to the studio album, or
No,
just
you got
singing
to,
it with your own sound?
yeah, make it your own. Make it your own. You know, anybody can go and get a CD and get the original. I mean, whatever. I want to make it my own. I want to put my own little spin on it. Because sometimes, like a lot of the covers that were okay, Joe Cocker, Little Help from My Friends. Okay, Beatles it's their original. It was okay. Joe Cocker comes in and lays this whole this soulful in it, right? And it's like everyone knows that cover. No, sure they know the Beatles. If you're a Beatles fan, you're not going to want to listen to Cocker, but Cocker, ooh,
You can
yeah.
end up making something better than the original. Yeah.
I think it's way 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better.
One of the hardest things you've had to deal with as a musician all these years.
Being female, I know you're a male, so it probably you would never have to deal with it. But being a female, like when I have to book shows, it's not so much here in Chicago. It was rough. They would just, I want to talk to you about, booking a show, blah blah blah. Oh well, honey, sweetie, they were patronizing me. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This isn't 1955.
Right.
But or I play harmonica, and there'd be male harmonica players. Chicago's loaded with them. Do you think you might need some help with your harmonica playing? I can give you lessons. Why? Because you play pretty good for a girl. That's another one. Fuck you. Sorry.
Damn.
It's rough. I wonder how many females that'll be watching this that are musicians can relate. Because some of them, no, I never had that. I have it. I've had it over the years, sure.
I actually had a chick recently tell me about, even in the workforce. I was like, what do you mean? Like, honestly, I know of a lot of women, especially in like factories and stuff, that like have it a lot easier because guys come over to do their job for them just so they
Wow.
have a reason to talk to you now and hit on you. And these chicks will laugh and flirt and play with them just because now you're doing the job. And I'm over here looking at this like, bro. So like, when this chick came over to me and she's telling me, she's like, yeah, even in the work history, like I was doing the same jobs and everything with this roofing or whatever, and I got paid like $3 an hour less just because I was a chick. And he told me straight up, because you're a chick. And I'm like, damn.
And it sucks. It really sucks. But what are you going to do?
There are some people with those things still drilled in their heads from when they were children listening to grandparents.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Some of that is like 1950s double standard. When does it stop? But it won't. It will never stop. It's going to always be that way. And you just have to overlook it. You have to rise above it. You have to.
The chickens don't realize when they're different colors.
No, and I got different. I have a rainbow of colors out there.
Right. Man, do the feathers change colors with the seasons? Never.
No. They'll molt. Like their feathers will fall out and they look really scrappy. But then their feathers will come back in. So once a year they molt.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said mold.
No, molt. M-O-L-T.
Okay, molt. I was like, they mold? Whoa! No, you're going to wash them birds?
No, molt.
So that's like their version of shedding?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, chickens are weird. What's the weirdest thing about chickens? Let me get some, like, I know, like, if you hold them by the feet and you turn them upside down, they, like, paralyze.
Yeah. Yep.
But, like, what else is weird about chickens?
Let me think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any weird things. I'm trying to think. You caught me off guard.
You don't know anything weird about your chickens, did you?
No. They shit a lot there. I don't know if that's weird. They shit a lot, and you got to clean their coop, which is their house, all the time, because it'll stick to high heaven, especially in the summer if you're not in. I always would say, like, I remember when I did that show at the Arcata, right? And I was cleaning house down there too. I had my own company, and so here I am Friday night opening for Michael McDonald, 1,800 maybe plus people in the packed house. The next day I had to get up and go to work at 8 a.m. and clean somebody's shitty toilet. You know how to talk about humbling? That's humbling.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That is a big difference, a big jump.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder why you want to get out of it, huh? Yeah. It's like, I'm too old I don't want to clean my own shit.
Right. I've been doing this I've been doing it most of my life. So yeah. It's just
is that something that's like therapy kind of thing too?
Mm-hmm. It's therapeutic. It is. Because like when I'm at work doing that thing, it's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer. So I'm thinking about things for the band, like, okay, I got to do set list. Oh, this would be a cool song to put our new set list. This, and it's always, and so, like, I'll be cleaning the toilet and oh, wait, I gotta put that on. So I'll yell in my phone, okay, put this on the set list, and then so I have it so I don't forget. I mean, because in the moment, it's like even when I'm sleeping and I wake up in the middle of the night and I have, oh my God, this would be a great song to do. I have a pad of paper and I write it down so I don't forget it. Or if I hear a song or I hear like a lick that maybe I could write a song to this, I write it down. and what key I think it's in, because like I said, I play by ear, so most of the time I can figure out what key the band is playing in or what song the key is in, because that's what happens when you play by ear. You usually know.
You got a lot of great points in there when I'm thinking about a lot of people, they don't have the time to think about stuff for their band or think things through, so they ended up like burning themselves out by doing too
Yeah.
much. That's awesome that you were able to find a line of work that not only took care of what you needed to take care of, but also allowed you to be able to take care of
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
really love to do.
Right. Right.
So that's great out there. What platforms can everybody find you on?
Facebook, of course. Our website is www.shellymacmke.com. Everything there you want to know about Shelly Mac, yep, that's there. We used to have an Instagram, but we got hacked, and so I left it alone. I'll have to make a new one. Let me think. YouTube, Ms. M-I-Z, Shelly Mac 523. You can see our stuff there. And along with some other acoustic stuff I got. I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered the gamut there as far as media, social media.
Awesome. You guys got anything that you're doing weird and crazy that you'd like to kind of give a little note on for the next season?
Well, we are rebranding. We're taking off December and January. We're rebuilding, rebranding, pretty much a new set list. If not, we'll keep some of the old stuff, but we're going to rebuild on that. We have a new logo, new merch, swag, whatever, all that good stuff. Yes. And yeah, we're going to, go into 2024 kicking ass. I think our first show is at DeBar in West Allis, February 17th, which is a Saturday. We start 9 p.m.
Awesome. You know who the show's with, or is it just you guys all
That's
night?
just us. We're soloing it. We're flying on one wing.
Man, how is that like doing those shows where like it's just you like doing like 4 hours of music as opposed to the 45 minutes? You like doing those longer shows more?
I don't mind it. I mean, I don't, but I prefer like if we could do a split show or a 45 to maybe hour 90-minute show. Those are fun because you're taking the best of your best material and then you're throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then plus you get to be with another band too, and they bring their following who probably sometimes have, or I should say sometimes they've never seen you play before. So now you're grabbing another batch of followers from them. Maybe they'll dig our stuff too and tell their friends and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Promote.
Promote.
It's amazing the amount of promotion that a lot of the rock bands will do now. This is what we do.
Yeah.
We got the scan
I
code.
like the QR code's very important. That's another thing we're going to do too.
Yeah. Having these platform cards so when you're not, on stage, you're running around the crowd hitting them with these.
Right.
Is very effective.
Mm-hmm.
And it amazes me that I see like almost every rapper has one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not every, but a lot of the ones that are serious have these. But I don't really see any of the rock bands doing it, even the ones that get paid like $3 to $5 grand a night.
Well, they figure that they have, their general following, and they probably can pull 30 people easily each show. But we do. I make tabletop cards, and it'll have our logo, our website, and it'll have our schedule. So like, I have some tabletop cards we're playing tonight, and so it has our new logo, and it says the 2024 show schedule that's coming up, and we'll hit the ground running, in February.
Yeah.
And we're booking crazy already, and it's just November. So, but that's general, that usually is how it is.
That's awesome that you're actually able to put all of your shows for the next season on there, and that be it. Because I'll tell you, I had to do the scan code thing rather than like make merch with a schedule on it because the schedule's always changing. So it's like, look, here's a link to be able to
Right.
see the schedule.
And that, I love what you just did, with your card, with your QR code. That's definitely something that we're going to add. Like I said, we're rebranding, and that's going to be part of it, because people, it's so much simpler just to hit it with your phone and there it is.
Yep.
Instead of, typing it in or searching for it. It's just so much easier.
Yep, these also are awesome. I want to give everybody another closer look at it so you can kind of see, the cool things you can do.
Yeah.
They're a 3x5 card, platinum
Yes.
platform cards. You can get them very cheaply. Honestly, do not go to Office Max for them. They will screw your stuff up. I go through
Okay.
Print House, and they do a very good job. You send them the actual size, a 3x5 card size, and it comes out nice and crispy and beautiful.
I love it.
Like, and it also is perfect doubles because, for the back of it on the bands, it's awesome to have like your lineup,
Yeah.
and like different contact info for those guys, or even doubles as something that you can give an autograph on. You know what I mean? Like, we've done all those kinds of things,
Sure.
like we've got hot with people like, oh my God, it's you guys here, sign this. And it's like, this was the first time you've ever seen us. I know, but you're so awesome. Okay, okay, cool, here.
You're a rock star.
Right. Those things really, really make all the extra stuff that's behind the scenes that is really trash,
Right.
really worth it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
unless you have drunk people that jump up on stage with you.
Well, I've had that.
Yeah.
I've had it where they got up on stage and they were so drunk they fell back into me, and I went back into my drum kit drummer's drum kit, and she's laying on the floor.
Wow.
They had security came, picked her up, took her out.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, there's all kinds of stories. Thank you for supporting local scene here in Milwaukee. I mean, it means a lot to all of us, not just me, but to all of us, I'm sure. So yeah, you rock. You really rock.
Thank you. Thank you. It's things like that I always say that like makes it, worth it, that, the times where you're sitting here like, man, this is too much BS to do, and until you hear stuff like that, and it's like, no, okay, let's go.
I just was going through a week like that. Do I want to kick it? Do I want to keep going? Do I want to keep kicking it, or do I want to just give it up? Because I was just so down on myself, and then I got a really nice text from somebody and just made my day, and my whole spirits went up, and now I'm here with you, so I feel a lot better.
Yeah, you're feeling like you did when you got back into the first place. Like,
Hell
ready,
yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Got that fire under the ass again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my God.
I really look forward to seeing everything that Shelly and Mac and Reunion has going on for the next upcoming season. I really can't wait to see what you guys do, and I know it's going to be awesome. Just your personality alone on off stage is awesome. I can only imagine seeing you up there for a few hours, so that is going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're getting ready to take Milwaukee and I think Wisconsin by storm. I'd like to spread our demographics out a little bit more. So yeah, if you guys, anybody watching this and you're up north or down south of the border in Illinois, here we are, Shelly Mac, MKE.com. Hit me up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. All those promoters and all those other bands that want a second people on there. Hey, we'll slide out there. Yeah, expand our name. Why not?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And then what? We'll put together a show later on, and you can come up from Chicago and do one with us.
There you go. See?
So like that's what it's all about here.
No.
But there's a lot of people that'll like, at least in some other kinds of music, they have their groups. And it's like, if you're not a part of our circle, then fuck you. And it's like you're competition. And it's like,
yes.
No, man, we're all out here doing the same thing.
I so feel you. So feel you.
It's like there's plenty of money out here for everybody. Like, I mean, they print this shit nonstop.
Here's the other thing. Why can't we all support one another? Especially us females. I'm not, taking away from you males, but sisterhood, okay? You got to support one another. And I can't emphasize that enough. And I think it's just, I'm not saying all women are catty, but there's a certain, and not all of them, just there's some that want to see you not do well. And there's I guess an aspect of jealousy. And I'm not saying they're jealous of me per se. I'm just saying it's just like in general. I don't understand that. I'm going to support you as a female in this business because it's so fucking hard to make it. It is so hard being a female because of the double standard. And oh, I don't get a double standard with you. You must got really, really good connections because I know what it feels like all the time, and it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
But I just keep kicking ass. You can't hold me down. You can't. I might get down a couple days here and there, but nothing's holding me back. Nothing's holding me down. It's to the top, to the very top.
Right. I think a lot of the jealousy is actually, it's legit jealousy, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's for men too as well. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, how many times do you see men that are like, well, I'm going out to this event tonight, you know, I don't want you coming with.
Ooh.
You know, like it happens because I don't want to put you in a situation where there are a bunch of people like me that I know you would want to go fuck around with,
Right.
because I'm jealous that some of these guys look better than me, have a bigger print than me, you know what I mean? So
Right.
they're like, you know, obviously like jealous about it. So I feel like with women it would be the same thing.
Yeah, it
You know,
is.
it's like, I don't want you ogling that chick on stage, you know, or I don't want you talking to them because, you know, I don't want you being one of her groupies,
Yeah.
you know, and I think it really is a deep-seated just jealousy thing overall. And the
I don't
people
get it.
that aren't jealous that way
Mm-hmm.
are the supportive people.
Right. Absolutely. 100%.
Like, you would have no
Yeah.
problem if your husband right now was going off in a band with some chick right now, because you're like, it's business.
Yeah,
So
and I
you have
trust
no
them.
problem supporting other women. Other
Right.
women that can't do that, yeah.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I know. I don't, it is what it is. What are you going to do? It won't change. I hope it would. I would hope it would change for my granddaughter. I got a grandbaby. She
Wow.
is, yes. And she plays keys and she plays guitar and she's learning all that. I would hope it would be better for her generation than it is for mine. So, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I know at the top, it really is actually, it's kind of better because, well, sex sells, and if we can
Yeah,
doll you up and make you look good, it doesn't matter what you sound like, you
right.
know. So it's like, in a way, it's better, but that's not also the way a lot of women want to be seen. It's
I
like
don't want to be seen like that.
yes, I'm confident and sexy, but I don't want that to be the only thing you see me as,
Right,
you
right,
know. But that's what they'll highlight,
right.
you know.
And that's true in most of the industry for females. They want to doll you up and make you a sex symbol and blah blah blah. But that's just half of who you are. Your talent should shine through. You should be able to wear a burlap sack. If you're talented, that'll shine through that burlap sack.
I'm intrigued if somebody pulls up on stage wearing a burlap sack.
I bet you would.
I'm like, hold on a second. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna pull out of there? What are you
No,
hiding? No, I got questions.
I bet you do.
Right, I'm really suspicious right now. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this one going. So everybody, make sure to follow Shelly Mack and the reunion on
Thank
everything
you.
that is mentioned, as well as the show. We love having you over here. You are another awesome human being, you know, that
Thanks for having me.
we were referred to, you know. So more power to you. Keep doing your thing,
Thank you.
and really can't wait to see more of what's happening.
Thank you so much. Peace out.
Yeah, to everybody else, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, name it after me.